Good morning. Sorry. I have this cold from hell. That's what I'll say because this cold is dealing with me square. But anyway, I know I said I'm going to do this every day, but this cold. So today on our sex talk, to the point, yeah, on our sex talk, our topic is sexual healing. Why do we need to heal? Because we're not going to go into a relationship, we're not going to go into a partnership, we're not going to climb onto that bed, onto that couch, maybe that floor, if that's your vibe, with burdens. It will actually demean the whole experience. So, I have a poem on why you need to forgive yourself because forgiveness is the most important part of healing. So, listen and hope you learn. Forgive yourself for how you chose to survive. Forgive yourself for the desires that judged you harshly. Forgive yourself for indulging in things that took up your time but did not fulfill you. Forgive yourself for declaring yourself as someone you're not. Forgive yourself for your chosen avenues of negative expression. Forgive yourself for all the times you didn't add value to others. Forgive yourself for what you discovered about yourself that you did not like. Forgive yourself for whatever ugliness that you saw in yourself. Forgive yourself for not correcting what you think you should have. Forgive yourself for the parts that you couldn't respect. Forgive yourself for all these judgments. Forgive yourself for not being able to forgive yourself before. I think I didn't quite read it well, but the point is forgiving yourself. Why are you forgiving yourself? Most of the times, the decisions you make with your life, Anderson, what's up? Hi. The decisions that you make in your life, the moment you're making these decisions, you think and you can affirm that it's the best that you can do. Later, you might learn that whatever you decided to do was actually detrimental for you. That's why you need to forgive yourself. The topic is sexual healing today, and we can't heal without, most importantly, forgiving ourselves. So I have this whole poem printed out, and I want us to just break it down little by little and forgive ourselves. And when we forgive ourselves, we're on the road to self acceptance. And with self acceptance, we are ready for the do. I said I'm going to stop using the sex word. I say the did all the do. So once we forgive ourselves, then that means we accept ourselves and we are ready for the deed. So let's break this down slowly. Forgive yourself for how you chose to survive. When you're making whatever decisions you're making, you thought they're the best for you. You are surviving, no matter what. This can apply in relationships, like you're in a situationship and you know that this thing is toxic, really toxic. But at that point in time, you don't have a job. At that point in time, you don't know anything beyond this man. Maybe you got into it quite early. At this point, maybe you're even actually an orphan. Maybe at this point, there seems that there's nothing else, there's no way out. So you stick in a bad situation in the name of what else can I do? But now you're out of it in this poem. By the time you're forgiving yourself, you're out of it. You've already put your foot down and you're like, okay, if I'm gonna starve to death because of this man who will come drunk and hit me and insult me and do all manners of things that are detrimental for me, then I'd rather. So forgive yourself for how you chose to survive. You chose to sit in a bad situation. You chose to have very bad did I'm trying to say you chose to have very bad sexual encounters just because you needed to survive. There are those of us who actually won't lie, who've actually like they found themselves in a situation where they're actually selling it, because they have children and they don't know how to feed these children. They need to find a way to get by. But then, by grace, you found another way, and now you're here and you're like, I need to forgive myself. I did not really do the best in the past with myself, but I am here now. So if I am here now, what better can I do? How can I do it better? First, forgive yourself for how you chose to survive. Forgive yourselves for the desires you judged yourself harshly for, the things that you like and other people really don't like them and they really don't get them. So you suppress these things, like me suppressing these sex talks for years, 3 years, not doing this sex talk because I'm always like, oh my gosh, my mother is gonna watch this. Oh my gosh, my friends are gonna watch this. Oh my gosh, people will judge me. Like, oh my god, what am I talking about? I am African, I come from a very conservative background, and there are just things that are like taboo. And I'm like, I really like the topic and I really think I can impact on the topic, but I'm like, oh my god, especially when it gets to the point where I have to like demonstrate like how you're supposed to dress, how everything is supposed to happen, how will my family think about me, what will they say about me, you know. So I forgive myself for suppressing my desires to teach, for suppressing my desires to know that I am so good at something and I can't do it just because I'm afraid of being judged. So I forgive myself. I forgive myself for suppressing who I truly am. I can be a mother, well. I can be a daughter, well. I can be a friend, well. And I can be a sexologist, well. And there's nothing wrong with that. Despite my African rooting and despite my conservative background, there's nothing wrong in talking about the deed. There is nothing wrong about it. People talk about it and it's just a part of your life, but doesn't define you as a person. Forgive yourself for indulging in things that took up your time and did not fulfill you. Things that you did, that you indulged in things that took up your time but did not fulfill you. That relationship that took up years of your life but did not fulfill you. It did not fill your cup because the person you were with was broken and you were broken together. So there was no one filling anybody's cup. Actually, what was going on is that both of you were taking from each other's cups. You were a broken person and he was a broken person or she was a broken person, and you got into the relationship, two broken people, and the best you could do is take out from each other. Forgive yourself for that time that you lost in that relationship, because even though you lost time, I assure you, you gained experience and you took their lessons, their things that now you can put your foot down and be like, no, I can spot these red flags from a distance and I will not accommodate them. Forgive yourself for declaring yourself as someone you're not. We've played this game of fitting in. We've played this game of living beyond our budgets. We've played this game of wanting to be the best wife, the best girlfriend, yet it's not your persona. At this point, forgive yourself for declaring yourself as someone you're not. I remember when I was in campus. I was so young. That encounter, actually I was like 18. So I met this guy. Oh my god, the guy was cute. And then he was a good kisser. Another bonus. So this guy tells me, oh, I like girls who wear like very long skirts and they just cover up and they are like all decent and actually if I was to choose between short skirts and short dresses, I'd prefer long ones. And me, I like to spice things up. If I wake up in the morning and I want to look like Mother Teresa, I'll wear that very long whatever. But if I wake up tomorrow and I'm feeling the Rihanna in me is calling and kicking, I dare Rihanna myself. I will wear the shortest of shorts because I'm feeling good in my own skin. I'm comfortable. It does not matter what anyone has to say. But that 18-year-old me, ha! I had one long skirt. I was in first year. I'll never forget, I was in first year, second semester. I only had one long skirt and it was pink in color. And my mother had gotten it for me when I was in high school. But it was very pretty, it was pink. So this guy, we had planned a lunch date. Uh, And me, everything I own is shorts. But for this guy, I went digging into my wardrobe looking for that one long skirt. And see, I wore that long skirt and I still got stood up. Oh, I forgive myself for declaring myself as someone I'm not. I am not that girl. I can't keep up with the long skirt and long dresses 24/7. When I want to, if there's an event that demands it, if I'm in the mood for it, but not because someone says it. Forgive yourself for your chosen avenues of negative expression. Chosen avenue of negative expression. This one is deep. Especially knowing the part of the country in Kenya I come from, Kirinyaga. Oh, we can be rude. We can be loud. We can be unapologetically rude. Like we can say things. By the time I'm done telling you what I think about you, you're looking for a rope. Because anyway, there is nothing. You are nothing. Because I've played with my words so badly. Forgive yourself for the chosen avenue of negative expression. There is nothing good about being rude. There is nothing good about being loud. There is nothing good about destroying somebody's esteem and destroying somebody's day with your words. There is nothing also good in hitting people for those who've been through domestic violence and all that. Somebody was trying to express themselves, maybe you got into an argument, but they chose a way that's wrong. They chose to hit, they chose to shout, they chose to belittle, they chose to body shame. All these are negative forms of expression, and they don't make us. We walk into the next relationship remembering that somebody told you that your nose is just the worst. Oh, and your lips. And what about your body? And don't forget the stretch marks. You see, you really scar people with your negative forms of expression. So I have a friend of mine who told me when you get really angry, and I've taken the lesson now for years. I've carried the lesson with me for years now, and I've always been when he told me when you get angry, put water in your mouth. Like just put a gulp of water in your mouth and hold it in until you feel like you're much calmer. Like eka maji kwa mdomo. Don't usi nini hiyo maneno unasikia unataka kusema sana, in the place of it eka maji kwa mdomo. Excuse me, I'm having the worst cold. Forgive me. It's nature. It's nature. I have garlic water here. Like for me, people like ginger and lemon. For me, what I find works is garlic and honey. So let's take a little bit of that. So we were talking about negative forms of expression. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to hurt people with your words. You don't have to hurt people with your deeds. There are men out there that when a woman offends him, he finds it the perfect time to go and cheat. And he'll tell her, I did it because you did. You're hurting someone. There is always a better way of doing things. If someone is really offending you, don't go cheat. You don't have the words. You even went to class and you learned how to write compositions. Write them an email or write them an actual letter. Try and express yourself somehow. Join an art class. Join football, soccer club. I find guys here, they go for a lot of soccer in their evening. Go find a way to express yourself. Go join the gym. Take up an activity like even swimming. Yeah, just find a way to take out that frustration in the right way. When you're in a heated argument and ego sometimes steps in and everybody feels they're right, be the bigger person. Walk out. Be like, let me just take a walk. How I'm feeling about you right now in this instant is not how I'll be feeling about you in the next 2, 3 hours. Because words are double edged swords. And actions, I don't even know what to call them. Anyway, we're talking about forgiving ourselves on the road to sexual healing. Because this is the most important part. Forgive yourself for all the times that you didn't add value to others. We human beings think we are so important all the time, but anyway, there are times we are not. Especially when we are hurting others, we really need to get out of their space. We really need to just be with animals and children and nature. So all the time that you didn't add value to others and you are there forcing your relevance, and now you know better that it was wrong and it's wrong, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you discovered about yourself that you didn't like. Hey, I discovered about myself that I can be a master manipulator. Hey, and I can play victim. Oh, girl. Hey, those two cards. Eee. I can change it up on you. Ilea, I know for sure I did this thing and I'm wrong. And I owe you an apology. But I will make you apologize somehow. Because anyway, I feel I deserve peace in as much as I'm the one who's bringing the war. I've come with guns and bullets and I've come with stones and sticks, but I still feel that you, who's the actual victim, uh, you need to apologize to me, you know? I know I can play that card. And it's bad. Like I know it's really, really, really bad. It's bad that I can do that, and I really try not to use it. Actually, I don't, because I'm always like, one day, this card might be used on me, and it won't be tea. It won't be tea, it will be tears. So I forgive myself. I forgive myself for the things I discovered about myself that I didn't like. I forgive myself, especially in the deed that I discovered that my libido is there and there are guys whose libido is down there. And I can be the kind of person, I ever found myself in one instance in the middle of the day laughing. Hey, mama, I was laughing. I'm laughing because I'm wondering, what is he doing? Like, huh? Uh-huh. I laughed. I think to date the guy, please, please don't watch this video. He never figured it out, but I went and I was like, if someone is doing something wrong, I think in the instance when they're doing it, it's best to let it slide. I live near a road. Someone is, I don't even know why he's doing that. Okay. Okay. When someone is doing something wrong, I think it's nice to actually, because especially when in their mind they think it's right. And you can see like they're trying, they're giving it their best. Allow them, allow them to do whatever. And then in a different setting, like maybe when you're watching a movie and you're laughing about things, it's just a sweet environment and you're being intimate, intimacy, you're talking those things that are embarrassing and deep. Then in that minute, you can tell that person, like that person can't kiss. They eat lips. They blur the tongue. They will fill your mouth with saliva. They will do things and you're like, this is not it. Be human. Okay, so I'll be like, okay, okay, okay. There, I think my mouth has experienced trauma. But on that day when you're having a nice walk, if it's the guy and you're the girl and you're like, hey, this guy, these kisses are not kisses. Kiss him. Yeah, kiss him and do it right and show him like this is how it's done. You don't even have to tell him at, oh, I don't like your kissing. I think you just really traumatized my lips. You can always say it in a nice way or just show them nicely, and then hope they pick the hints. But if they don't, just tell them like, I think this is not how this is done. It can be done like this, but don't say it in a way that you're trying to like belittle them or anything. There's always a nice way of saying things, and I have found out that the best way of saying things is when, especially, you give them time and then you say them later. When you say things later, there's always like a very nice environment. When you give things time, they unfold over time in the right way. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever ugliness you saw in yourself. I think that one is almost the same as the things that you discovered about yourself that you didn't like. Yeah, the ugliness. For me, the ugliness is the ability to manipulate and play victim. The only person who can decode that card easily, from a mile, is my mother. She'll be like, Tabuacha. Like she will nip it in the bud. She's like, you're acting. I know you're an actress. You're acting. There's nothing there. Stop it before. So forgive yourself for that ugliness that you know is in you, because we're not all, we are beautiful, yes, but there are parts of us that are very ugly. Forgive yourself for that and work on it. Forgive yourself for not correcting what you think you should have. Yeah. So you were in a toxic relationship. Someone was demeaning you day and night. Someone was destroying you day and night. And you believed them. You let them say everything. You let it just slide, You should have corrected them. You should have stood up for yourself and be like, no, this is not who I am. This is what you're telling me about me. What these demeaning things you're saying about me. This is not who I am. In as much as they might be like, oh no, I know, I can see you can't see yourself, whatever, at least you raised your voice and you said no. You put your foot down and you're like, no, this is not who I am. This is who I will not accept particular things. I will not accept this kind of language. I will not accept this disrespect. You put your foot down. So forgive yourself for not correcting what you should have. You said for so long, you were just quiet, you took so much until by the time everything was just so much, everything blew out of proportion, and the only way was working out. So forgive yourself for not correcting what you should have. Forgive yourself for the parts that you could not respect. Respect. A man wants respect, a woman wants love. A man will give you love, he expects you to give him respect. For the parts that you could not respect. For the times that as a man, maybe you felt like this woman, she's just a woman. So, and you lost a good woman along the way just because you couldn't respect her, because you felt big and mighty. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for all these judgments. There is nothing I have learned. If I've not learned anything in my 3 decades of existence, I have learned one thing. Judgment. Judgment is built on a little element that we all own but should work to kill, called ego. Ego, pride. When you feel some entitlement towards a situation, some entitlement towards certain things, and you feel like everybody in the world should know that I, as Elysian, like ABCD, and I will not take EFGH because I like ABCD. And you're not even explaining to the whole world, like, why do you like ABCD? You're just there in the aspect of like, just because I don't like something, everybody should just bow to my will and nobody should dare go against me. And they don't even know why, So forgive yourself for all the judgment. Forgive yourself for all the bad decisions that you made in relationships, in past relationships, and all the things that you allowed to pass you by in the name of you feeling like being ruled by ego. You feeling like you fought with your partner, you are in the wrong, but you will not apologize. Just because you're like, Yeye ndo alinikosea. You provoked me, so me I was just reacting. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being like, because I'm a baby girl, mimi kuna vitu siwezi take. He lost a good man. Forgive yourself as that guy who was like, this woman, I can get many others. Just because, I remember there's one time I got dumped. Forgive me. I said I have a cold. That's actually, if you guys knew how my throat hurts. But I'm just like, I promised myself I'll be doing this daily, and it's been like 5 days. And every day I wake up and I'm like, like on Monday I did the video. On Tuesday I didn't even have my voice. So I was like, I was like, I really want to do it because I had this printed out on Tuesday, on Monday evening. I was like, I can't wait for the time. I didn't have my voice. I was like, I can't wait for the time where I have my voice, because my voice is actually the main tool to the videos. But now I have my voice. I'm in pain, but I enjoy doing this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it to the best of my ability. So you're talking about judgment. I was telling you about a time I got dumped for knowing my worth. So this time I met this guy, and he's a nice guy. He's an okay guy. But this guy, he wants me and him to only work on aspects of his clock, like how his clock works. When he's available, I should be available. But when I'm available, he's not available. And I noticed, like, since I'm older and I'm wiser, there are things like I don't like when someone is trying to mess with my esteem. Because I remember there's a time I actually had no esteem. Like when I began my YouTube channel, it was like after my separation, and I was a broken person. I didn't know even the color of clothes that I like. I didn't know anything about myself. I was just a mother and a wife, and I was just not a lesson. I was everything to everybody but nothing to myself. So it took years to build myself, like years first to lose the weight. I remember I was like 85 there. Years to lose the weight. Years to know, like, I need breaks. Years to know that in as much as you have a family account, you need to have a private account for just you. When I was a girl, when I was staying by myself, like before marriage, I used to have all these dates. On every Friday, I used to go out and take myself for a nice meal, take myself to experience something, take myself to like just a different town and have like a sleepover and come back. Then I used to have me time. So now I'm by myself and I don't know who I am. And I put in years of like learning myself and learning like this is right for me, this is not right for me. I respect you, I will talk to you like this, but in as much as I'm respecting you, I also expect the same respect in return. But this guy is breaking me down every day. He'll respond to the SMS when he wants. But if I dare blue tick him, he'll be there. You blue ticking me. Why are you not responding? And I just told him, like, based on your patterns, I can tell that you like your women in a box, and you like us kind of begging for your attention, and you like being in control. But I don't like being controlled. I don't believe in control in relationships, because I believe it's two people who are whole with sober minds coming together. So there has to be the mutual respect and the mutual understanding, and there is no power struggle. We are here to complement each other, to complement each, not complete, complement each other. So there's no one who's broken among the two of us. So there's no one who needs to prove something to the other. And I'm telling him this in very good faith, like I can tell, like, you're trying to break my esteem, and I don't like it. I don't like that. I have to be available when you want me to be available, and I don't like it that you talk to me when you want to talk to me. I don't like it that we meet up when you want when you want us to meet up. I don't like it that when I want to see you, you just don't have time. But I was dealing with a very broken man. Like, to him, I was speaking Latin, and I'm in Kenya. He's like, speak Swahili, woman, and I'm speaking Latin. He didn't get it. I was just done. I was like, I need a situation that's mature. I need a situation where we can speak the same language. When the disrespect is there, we can address it. We don't come from the same household. Like, when you come from the same household, there are habits already. I can tell, like from years of growing up together with my brothers and sisters, I know. But you come from a home that's and now even a culture that's different from mine. I clearly don't know these things about you. So it's you to tell me, like, this is how I like this done, and I tell you this is how I like this done, and we meet in the middle and we find a way to make things work. But when you tell someone, like, I can see that you want to break my esteem, you want to break my confidence, you want me broken and begging, and they're like, what are you saying? Run. Forgive yourself for not being able to forgive yourself before. That's the last statement. Forgive yourself for not being able to forgive yourself before. Most of us right now cannot heal sexually, and we'll get ourselves into very bad situations. Valentine's is around the corner because of the fact that we've not forgiven ourselves. We walk from one relationship with burdens and get into another one with these burdens. We have insecurities because maybe the previous spouse was was into cheating and everything. So your current boyfriend or your current husband walks into the house 5 minutes later than he did. We women have a bad habit of saying that men are predictable, and when they stop being predictable, they're up to something. He's late by like just an hour because maybe kulikuwa hata na jam and anything, and in your mind uko ile see nani used to do so huyu hata yeye kwenye ametoka ni, as in you're already putting like two and two together and you're like it's the same thing, same script. Forgive yourself for not being able to forgive yourself in the past. Sit with yourself and look at these shadows, these dark sides of yourself, and accept them as parts of who you are. And then when you accept them, we move on to what? Self-acceptance. Once you forgive yourself, the self-rejection in your mind is over. You're your own worst enemy. You're your own worst enemy. If there is someone who beats you up in your life, it's you. Because if have you I don't know if anyone has ever found themselves in a situation. Before I got okay, after my separation, I really blamed myself for a lot of things. Like I was like, I don't know. In my I don't like calling it a marriage because I don't remember goods being taken to my mother's house. I'll call it situationship. I will, yeah, not a marriage. In my situationship, I really took up the role of being a wife. I would cook. Okay, I wouldn't clean. I had someone to do the cleaning, but I would cook and make sure the place is clean. I would really try to manage the household plus my work. Girl, I did sleep. I remember when I was like this very expectant and I would still like struggle to make chapatis and polish shoes every day, make sure there are snacks and everything. Like I used to go way over and beyond. So, but I also had my own issues. Like I remember my Kirinyaga tongue rushing out and just saying things that I think like I said some things that were not nice. Like I don't like saying that my failed situationship was completely my partner's fault. I initially that's the card I used to play, victim card, that all he did. But over the years, I also sat with myself and I was like, and what did you do? Like, what role did you play in this thing falling apart? It can't be one person broke everything. You must have had a part. You must have hurt this person as they were hurting you, you know? Hurt people hurt people. It's very normal. So when I now started staying by myself and I would have people trying to like quote me and everything, I would self-sabotage. I would find myself like when I find a guy is interested, I just start being rude. I would really like because of the rejection that I have for myself, like I feel I don't deserve love. I don't deserve to be loved. I don't deserve to be cared for. I don't deserve it. Like it's just a thing that I've put in my mind so strongly that I don't deserve love. I my self-rejection for myself, I'll not project it to anyone who dare approach me. I would come guns blazing and they'll be like, oh my gosh, when I initially met you, you're the sweetest person. Who is this other mean? Who is this madam meanness? Over time I learned it's like I loathe myself and I have low self-worth for myself, low self-esteem, and I reject myself and I don't feel like I deserve anything. So it's what I project. And I had to work on that in the aspect of like, I do deserve it. Why again don't I deserve to be loved? Am I not pretty? I am pretty as a flower. Am I not smart? I am. Am I not funny? I am. So why again? It took a minute of reminding myself every day, like, girl, you're pretty. Girl, you're worth it. Girl, you're amazing. Girl, having you is having a treasure. I talked, you know how you fake it till you make it? Hey, let me tell you. These things I'm telling you from like almost a decade of like, eh? Oh, you know, experience. Like you're fighting. And I don't have issues saying like I've dealt with low self-esteem twice in my life. One when I was in high school. Hey, in high school, girls broke me. Those women broke me. Ah, me, I came from a home that were very straightforward. So I took my straightforwardness that I learned from my mother and father to school. Kumbe, people don't like straightforwardness. They perceive it as rudeness. There's even one time no one wanted to sit with me. I used to sit at the back alone. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, I'm just expressing myself how I know. My African home kinda. Hata sisi. Ha. But anyway, I learned it's good to be kind and be kind. So that's the first time I dealt with low self-esteem. And then after my separation, my situationship separation, I also was like, I felt really bad, especially knowing like I was now like wifey, mommy. I'm just set like for me, I was just looking forward to like having like 7, 10 babies and growing old and having some businesses. And for me, I was done. I was like, I was not even seeing anyone else. And I would walk and see men, but and I was still, funny enough, even with my 86 kgs, as much as they were part of my low self esteem, there were still guys who used to like really think I'm cute and pretty. I don't even know. I talk to my friends and they're like, imagine alikuwa najaribu kukatia na wewe unajifanya hapa tu ni wifey na sasa hivi unachezwa tu. And I'm like, and me when I'm clueless. When I commit to something, I really just shut the rest of the world out. Forgive me. I don't know why I'm asking to be forgiven for having a cold. It's not my fault. But anyway, once you forgive yourself, the self-rejection in your mind is over. Yeah. Sit with the ugly. Sit with the bad and the good. Accept them. Decide now with you ugly, I go make you pretty like this. You good, I go uphold you like this. Self-acceptance begins with self-love. Self-acceptance begins and the self-love will grow so strong that you will finally accept yourself just the way you are. And that's the beginning of a free human. Forgiveness is key. I think I need to read it again slowly. Self-acceptance begins once you forgive yourself and you stop self-rejecting, when the self-rejection in your mind is over. Self-acceptance begins and self-love will grow so strong that you finally accept yourself the way you are. Oh, tell me to have come live 3 years ago. I'd be like, on live, on YouTube, there are no filters. I won't look pretty in my natural self. I'm not beautiful enough. I need makeup. I need to dress up like this. I need to these kind of things. Tell me 3 years ago that when someone calls you in video call and is like an admirer, just pick the call, no matter the fact that you're just in rags and like looking homeless in your house and maybe in the middle of eating yogurt straight from its cup, I'd be like, no, I don't do video calls because I'm like, when I'm picking that video call from that guy I like, I need to look like a flower. But the thing is, when someone truly likes you, when they truly like you, because I have noticed, like today I feel pretty and I look pretty, but I assure you, like on Wednesday, uh, on Wednesday, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, who is this? You know, when you're sick, like when you're very, very sick, I don't know why you actually look sick. And let me just tell you, that that sick look is not a good look. Like when you're very, very sick, you look it. Unakaa tu ugonjwa. I wish recovery to all people who are not feeling well, but I'm just saying when you're very, very sick, you don't look like your normal self. But when someone loves you, truly, when someone sees you truly, when someone's intentions in your life are genuine, it doesn't matter if you're sick and looking. It doesn't matter if you're having your periods and you're just a mess. It doesn't matter if you're having a good day and you're all dressed up. It doesn't matter that if it's in the morning. You know, for guys they look good all the time, but us in the morning, women in the morning. Even I scare myself in the mirror sometimes. I'm like, who are you? But when someone truly loves you, hmm, they accept you for how you are. They accept you with a full face, beat makeup, looking good. And they accept you in the morning looking like, I don't even know. I can find I can find the word for a woman in the morning before to Ogyo. So, hey, that person be she scares me in the mirror. Sometimes I'm like, hi, this is when I even because you know I look a lot like my father. That one I won't even lie. And I see a lot of his features on me. I know I'm a girl, but I see my father a lot. And now in the morning is when I really see that man. And I'm like, there are times I'm like, now when I get married, and I know, like, I have a feeling like the person I end up with likes very pretty things. And I know, I have a feeling that he'll be very, yeah, I pray. But we can always work on it. So long as asikuja na huku na dreams, na potential, he has to also be putting in the work. We're all putting in the work in our lives. So I'm just saying, what am I even saying now? I'm just saying self-acceptance. When someone truly loves you, they accept you. And you know, Kwanza, not talking about the deed. And since the whole video is about sexual healing from forgiving yourself, in the deed, you can have, like, you know, we okay, I blame it on technology and modernization and everything. There's a way you can have this belly fat and everything, but you can be very good at putting pieces of clothes together, like color coding and knowing how your body works, knowing how to work with your curves. If you have a big bust, if you have a big ass, if you have a big, you know how to like dress your body to look very appealing. Put on that corset, put on that body shaper, put on, like, you know, just tuck this side and tuck this other side. You know how to make an outfit look like, the outfit looks like the owner. But then in the did, you won't be in that outfit, sweetie. You have to shed those layers and you have to stand in front of that guy. Okay, please don't tell me that you'll be the kind of person ati lazima kukua usiku na stima zimezimwa. Like, it has to be at night and the lights have to be off. Just because you're scared, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, you can't accept yourself. Especially we who are mothers, we accept ourselves from the fact that most of us we no longer have breasts. We have sacks. fallen sacks. You yourself, you look at them and you're like, hey, who deflated you? Who did this? Especially, when you're in the deed, you must, at a point, you find yourself like maybe in missionary position as a girl, you're now lying on the bed and you're like, one is facing that side, the other one is facing, then you're like, actually, there's no, when you're a girl, there were, zilikuwa na pooms. They were inflated like those. I don't even know how to explain it. But because of breastfeeding and all that, these two girls over here, they become sad girls, drooling girls. Accept yourself. When you're a girl, everything was in its right place. It's you when you've just come from teenagehood and you're in your early 20s, you've never had a child. Your body has it's been modeled, vizuri, not from a child. Teenagehood has come, curves have come, everything is in its place. You don't have a single stretch mark. I remember I used to be like, what are stretch marks? I look at them and I'm like, hey, ooh. And then those of us who had a CS and maybe the degree that the baby expanded your belly, it's never like gone back to the it used to be all flat tummy and everything. There's how it jabbles up and it's not very appealing, but it's your body and you look at it and you're like, this is a battle I won. Like, I brought a whole human. Of course there has to be scars for this battle. You look at yourself and you're like, oh my god, I wouldn't want someone to see. No, accept yourself. And again, the person who truly loves you will love you. Actually, funny thing, I heard, I don't know, confirm it. Men don't even actually notice these body insecurities that women have. A man who's truly into you, hana hizo. Hata mwenye who's not into you and akona ile goal ya like he just wants to hit it. Aonangi hizi vitu. So please accept yourself. Accept yourself with the flaws. Make time after you've taken that shower. If you stand in front of that mirror and appreciate your body. I had a friend of mine yesterday in her video saying, oil your body pole pole. Have time, like make bath time a ritual. Bathing and dressing time a ritual. Like give it like give yourself like even a whole hour. Uoge vizuri pole pole, and then oil yourself pole pole as you massage yourself, as you appreciate your head, like for all the thoughts that it has had, your eyes for all that it's seen, your nose for all that it had to inhale, your mouth for all that it has helped you consume in your body, your hands for all the battles, like once our hands, they really really suffer, your arms for all the things they've carried, and all the children, all the burdens, massage yourself and talk to yourself and thank your body. Thank it the day that you're not even in pain like me, my throat is dealing with me. Thank it for carrying you every day, for being what, like your vehicle, thank your legs for moving you around, thank your thighs, thank even your belly venye inakaa tu, for bringing the children, thank it for those who don't have children that one day it will bring children, thank your breasts for feeding your children, thank them for giving you that feminine look, thank your body. You have a lot, as in the battles this body has taken for you are a lot, and you have time for your businesses, time for your family, for your lovers, for your friends, but you don't have time for your body. Have time for your body, have time ile tu ni wewe na unaishukuru tu na kamasaji, na tumafuta tuzuri, ka perfume kazuri, kashawa kazuri, kabath kama mko na bathtub, like just time to care for your body, time to not even care. You know how you say self love and kujipeleka date sijui ki. Self love is as simple as just taking a proper bath, ile bila mbio, unaoga tu polepole, unasuguia mwili vizuri, unaipaka mafuta vizuri, unavaa kanguo kazuri, and if you even have time unalala tu kwa kitanda, just take a nap, hizo ni vitu tunafanya tuto wakiwa shule. take 2 hours hapo kitu saa ngapi hapo, after saa 6 hadi kitu saa 9 kabla kuja saa 10, that ka time if you're not busy, just take that, just enda uoge tu vizuri, alafu mwili mkono kwa mkono iambie thank you hand thank you kwa kushika hiyo simu, kwa kushika hiyo pesa, kwa kutype kwa hiyo laptop tutoe madola, thank you your body, thank your feet ati haiumi, zina kubalance, zina carry all your weight. Thank your body. Because in this physical world, in as much as you're spiritual beings, we need this physical body. Take care of your body. It's the most precious thing that you have, and it's very important. You need your body. You need it to do the things that you do on a normal day. So, freedom. Now that you're a free human, that you've forgiven yourself, you've accepted yourself, go enjoy the deed. Because now when you're meeting up with that guy, when you're meeting up with that girl, there are no burdens in you. If it's fun and it's an experience that it's just free, like there are no burdens. Burdens, there are no burdens. It's that moment, a beautiful moment between two people, intimate and true, and truly, truly amazing. So I hope you got the lesson. Sexual healing. Don't move into a relationship broken. Heal completely, forgive yourself, and walk into it with the lessons. Yeah, of course, don't how lessons, they're important. Zinakuonyesha vitu from afar uko ile like hizi hatustaki. They teach you a lot. But don't let past experiences define you and deter you from good experiences. And that's it. That's it. So that's it for me. Bye.